Let's talk about some players to look out for in the playoffs this weekend for their 2023 fantasy football impact. Keep your eye on Brock Purdy this weekend. This is not a knock on Trey Lance. This is not saying that the 49ers are moving on from Trey Lance and on to Brock Purdy if he performs extremely well. This is more about Jimmy Garoppolo. Purdy has been extremely productive in the Shanahan system. He's had 2 or more passing touchdowns in every game since week 13. And if he can maintain that level of production in a high pressure situation in the playoffs, the 49ers might look at this guy and say, why do we really need Jimmy Garoppolo? And for that matter, Jimmy Garoppolo might look at them and say, why do I really need the 49ers? Why would Jimmy G stick around when there are plenty of teams that would want him to be their starting quarterback? And that is significant fantasy football news. We also need to keep our eyes on these 2 guys right here, Rachaad White and Leonard Fournette. These guys are both going to be under contract in 2023, and unless some team trades for Leonard Fournette, I find it hard to believe that we're not going to see the same exact split backfield next year. That is not good fantasy football news. We need to watch how these guys are utilized this weekend and see who the Bucs turn to in those critical situations. And keep your eye on my guy, Travis Etienne. I want to see 20 plus carries and 100 plus yards from him in this matchup this weekend. I predict that Etienne is going to be the most polarizing running back to draft in 2023. We saw him be incredibly productive after the James Robinson trade. We saw him utilized as a workhorse back. We saw him also dip in production and not really be utilized in the pass game. The Jags are going to be very interesting to watch in 2023, trying to figure out where all this offensive production is going to come from, because most of these players are more than likely going to be returning, and we'll have Calvin Ridley jumping into the fold. It'll be interesting to see how this run game goes.